What is a true ownership cost difference between the Tesla Model Y and the Lexus RX? I'm Jonathan Stewart, and welcome to Cleanerwatt. Electric cars require way less maintenance and are also way more efficient than gas-burning vehicles, but how do they compare to hybrid vehicles? For this video, we're going to be comparing the true 5-year ownership cost of the Lexus RX Hybrid versus the Tesla Model Y long-range all-wheel drive variant. The Tesla Model Y is currently available in two variants. The long-range all-wheel drive variant, which starts at $52,990, and the Model Y Performance all-wheel drive model, which starts at $60,990. Next year in 2021, Tesla will make available the standard range rear-wheel drive Model Y, which will start somewhere around $40,000. The Lexus RX is available in two hybrid models, the 450h and the 450HL. The 450h starts at $46,800 and the 450HL starts at $50,510. For the purposes of this video, I chose the 450h model because it's a little less expensive and it is also more efficient than the 450HL. Now, as I've mentioned in previous videos, in order to get a fair comparison between the vehicles, you have to make sure they have similar features and similar options. So in order to have an apples-to-apples comparison, we need to add a few features to the Lexus RX so that it matches the standard features that come with the Model Y. So in order to add driver's assist safety features to the Lexus RX, it costs an additional $1,385. Similar features come standard on the Model Y. If you would like heated front and rear seats, that's an additional $1,480 for the Lexus RX. If you would like a navigation system with premium audio, that'll cost an additional $3,365 for the Lexus RX. The Model Y comes standard with a beautiful panoramic glass roof. But if you want to add a moonroof to the Lexus RX, that costs an additional $1,350. If you'd like to upgrade to a premium interior which has similar finishes to the Model Y, that's an additional $800. And the delivery fees for the Lexus RX are $1,025, and the delivery fees for the Tesla Model Y are $1,200. So in the end, we need to add a little over $8,300 to the Lexus RX and about $1,200 to the Tesla Model Y to get the true purchase cost. So that brings us to $56,205 for the Lexus RX 450h and $54,190 for the Model Y long-range all-wheel drive. Of course, one of the big cost differences between driving a gas-burning vehicle and an electric vehicle is the cost of energy to power that vehicle. In order to determine these costs, we need to look at the actual efficiency differences between these vehicles. So the Tesla Model Y long-range all-wheel drive variant with 19-inch wheels gets a combined miles per gallon equivalent of around 121. And according to fueleconomy.gov, it'll cost somewhere around $550 a year in electricity costs. The Lexus RX 450 Hybrid gets a combined 30 miles per gallon and will cost somewhere around $1,350 annually. These numbers are calculated by fueleconomy.gov based on the current fuel and electricity prices and assuming 15,000 miles per year. Something else that we need to factor in for the true cost of a vehicle is how much you'll have to pay in maintenance over this 5 years. When it comes to the maintenance cost for the Lexus RX, there are a number of things that you'll have to take care of during this 5-year period of time. You will need to change the oil every 10,000 miles or so. You'll also most likely during this time have to replace the fuel filter, the air filter, the coolant, the spark plugs, and the brake fluid. In addition, the brake pads will probably need replacing, and you'll also need to replace the tires. The Tesla Model Y requires very little maintenance, but Tesla does recommend that every 25,000 miles or every 2 years that you take it in for a basic service appointment. This appointment will cost you just over $400. You'll also need to replace the tires on the Model Y at a cost of around $1,100, and you'll definitely have to replace the cabin filter at some point during this period of time for a cost of $35. Another really important factor that helps determine the true 5-year cost of owning a vehicle is how much of the value does that vehicle retain, or what is the depreciation percentage in that 5-year period of time. So in order to figure out the depreciation percentage for the Lexus RX 450 Hybrid, I went to kellybluebook.com and looked at what it costs to purchase a used 2015 Lexus RX 450h today. That vehicle had a new price of around $52,000 in 2015, and according to kellybluebook.com, a 2015 Lexus RX 450h is worth around $24,000 when it has 75,000 miles. That gives you a depreciation percentage of somewhere around 54% of its value being lost in this 5 years. As I've talked about in previous videos, Tesla's vehicles historically hold their value really well. A lot of this value retention for Tesla's vehicles can be explained by the fact that they add a lot of new features to the vehicles via software updates. So even an older vehicle can have some of the features that were added to the newer vehicles. In addition, there is also very high demand for Tesla's vehicles. According to data from iSeeCars.com, the Tesla Model 3 had the lowest depreciation after 1 year of any vehicle that they tested. Since the Model Y is built off the same platform as the Model 3, and it has very similar features and in many ways improves upon the Model 3, I believe the resale value for the Model Y is going to be very good. And although we don't have actual depreciation numbers for the Model Y yet because it is a brand new vehicle just being sold over the last several months, we can guesstimate some of the resale value based on what the Model 3 has done over the last several years. According to data from Autolist.com, they estimated that a Model 3 after about 75,000 miles would be worth somewhere around 40% less than its new purchase price. Since the Model Y is an SUV and not a sedan like the Model 3, I believe the depreciation number after 5 years will be a little bit less than the Model 3. And so for our estimations, I'm going to assume that after 5 years, the Model Y will be worth around 34% less than it was when it was purchased brand new. One last factor that we need to bring up that can affect the cost of owning a vehicle is how much warranty the manufacturer gives you on that vehicle. The comprehensive warranty for the Model Y is 4 years or 50,000 miles. The powertrain warranty is 8 years, 120,000 miles, and the battery warranty is 8 years, 120,000 miles. The Lexus RX Hybrid also gives a 4-year, 50,000 mile comprehensive warranty, and when it comes to the powertrain, they offer a 6-year, 70,000 mile warranty, and Lexus guarantees their battery system in the Lexus RX Hybrid for 8 years or 100,000 miles. So now that we have all these numbers and all these calculations, let's look at the 5-year true cost of ownership and the cost per mile during this 5 years for these two vehicles. So when you take a look at the Tesla Model Y long-range all-wheel drive variant driven for 5 years, 75,000 miles with a purchase cost of $54,190, if you add in sales tax, energy cost, insurance cost, financing cost, maintenance cost, repairs, and also factor in depreciation, you'll see there that the 5-year cost is $39,839, or it costs you 53 cents per mile to drive during this 5-year period of time. If you do the same exact calculations for the Lexus RX 450h with a purchase cost of $56,205, you'll see there with depreciation and all the other things added that the total cost after 5 years is a whopping $58,359 or 78 cents per mile. So in the 5-year total cost, the Model Y is approximately $18,520 less expensive than the Lexus RX 450h. And when you compare this in a cost per mile basis, that's a savings of around 25 cents per mile. So as you can see from this comparison, although the purchase price of the two vehicles are very similar, when it actually comes down to the true cost of ownership, there is a huge difference between driving the Tesla Model Y and the Lexus RX Hybrid. With the introduction of the Model 3 and the Model Y, Tesla's vehicles have become much more affordable for more people. Although the purchase price of the Model Y is currently over $50,000, you save $15,000 to $20,000 in fuel, maintenance, and other costs by driving the vehicle. So the actual cost is very similar to a vehicle that is somewhere in the $30,000 to $35,000 price range, which is right in the average for the US. Driving an electric vehicle in the past used to mean there were a lot of trade-offs, but now Tesla has made the electric vehicle a lot more convenient, and there are very few trade-offs with driving electric over gas. If you're currently in the market for an SUV anywhere near this price range, I strongly recommend that you take a look at the Tesla Model Y because it truly is an amazing vehicle and a great value. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something as well. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you did like the video, please consider clicking the like button so other people can find the video as well. If you'd like to find out more about how you can support this channel and help me make more content in the future, please check out the Patreon link in the description below. And I'd also like to thank these Patreon supporters which help me make this content possible. If you like this video, please make sure that you check out the other comparison videos that I've done comparing the Tesla Model Y to the BMW X3 and also the Tesla Model Y to the RAV4 hybrid. Thank you so much.